what's maybe your biggest takeaway on a night like tonight?
Well, yeah, it was a different game than last night. Penalties for us in particular, I don't think we were nearly disciplined enough, and that's something that we'll learn as we go. We just weren't able to get ourselves in the rhythm of a game. But the pace that that team plays with, I thought we started to be able to handle it a little bit better as the game went on. But you get into the situation where you lose Pelch early on, and McKenzie ended up getting thrown out. So it's a little different. You got some guys that are playing way too much at this time of the year, and you got some guys that aren't playing enough. So that's the way it goes.
There's an update on Jacob.
It's an upper body injury, and doctors will do some stuff with him tomorrow, and we'll have a better idea of what actually it is.
Is it a short-term thing, or does it look like a long-term?
We'll have to find out tomorrow. I don't really know the answer to that.
What happened with McKenzie? Can you tell?
I don't know. I haven't seen him after the game, so I don't know. Obviously emotions got the better of him.
We just talked to Dustin Wolf and asked him about how he evaluated his game. He
Yeah.
said, look, it's an opportunity to learn. And that sort of sounds like a perfect attitude for a young guy to have in a situation like this.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know he would want to come in his first game and not give up anything. But the way he is, he'll look back at all the goals that went in on him, and he'll find a way to approach it differently next time if he's in that situation. So you would hope your players, when you don't have an outing that you would like to have, would reflect upon it. So he's that type of player. He'll most definitely do that.
How disappointing is it if you've lost Pelche for any length of time?
Well, anybody really. I mean, I feel like even these two games with Dennis going down last night and losing Jacob for some time tonight, at this time of the year you don't want to lose anybody, unfortunately. So we'll hope he's going to be back with us sooner than later, but we'll find that out tomorrow.
Was tonight a better chance for you guys to evaluate against maybe more an equal opponent than
For sure.
Sunday was?
For sure, yeah, without question. This team on the other side, they skate really well, so it puts some players in situations where they have to make a lot of plays under pressure, and some guys are ready for it, some guys kind of weren't, and I don't think some other guys were at the level that they will be at down the road.
Does that sort of explain the penalties, just not being quite up to speed and not executing at the level you have to, and trying to make up for it a little bit?
I think a little bit with the penalties is making sure they're playing a hard game together. We have a bunch of guys that will, they're going to make sure they take care of the guys in the net. I think that's something that's important for our team. You have to find the line in that regard, and then you have to understand when penalties are going to happen, but you want them to be penalties where they're not putting a team in a tough spot, or you're losing players like McKenzie. Like we don't want to have a guy missing after whatever it was, 6 minutes of play.
Ryan, you had quite a few kids that was like their first preseason game at this level. You had some others quite young. Can you give an assessment on any of those kids?
I thought Moran, as the game went on, got better. It's funny, he told Dan before the game, Dan Lambert was just talking to him and asked him how he's feeling, and he was like point blank, I'm really nervous. So, which is to be expected for a young guy that was just drafted. And I thought as the night went on, he did a good job. Like we gave him some power play time when McKenzie got tossed out, and I thought he handled it well.
Emilio Pettersson stepped up in that power play spot when Jacob went out. What did you see from him tonight?
I thought he actually had some pace to his game. He's a skilled guy. We wanted to give him an opportunity, whether Jacob was there or not, he was going to mix in with the other unit at times. So I thought he did a good job. He was ready to play for whatever came his way, which is a good thing.